Hey guys, so today is the Q&A. As you can see, I'm wearing glasses. That is something you guys did not know about me. I only wear them for reading when I absolutely have to. And since I'm going to be using my computer to read off the questions and then answer, I'm going to be sporting these throughout the video. So, okay, let's get started. So the first question basically wants to know if I haven't tried any clays on my hair, although I do plan on trying out several clays once I remove my twist. I know that I haven't responded to any of the questions on the last video that I made. I will be responding to that question. That's just I've been doing other things. And I didn't want to answer the questions that I would be answering in the video. Okay, so, but for the ones that didn't exactly have a question for me, I will be responding to your questions or your comments. I am not ignoring you. Let's see. Okay. Someone wants to know, let's see, it says, no, I don't want to say that it isn't possible, but I personally would love to know what they're doing. I don't know if there's anything you can do long term to your hair that will prevent your hair from having split ends, because at the end of the day, first of all, the hair is dead anyway, and what you're doing is preserving it. You know, as soon as it grows out of your scalp, it's already not alive. And so your job is to maintain your hair, but wear and tear happens. So hard to believe that someone could have 5 full years and not one split end, because first off, how do you know that? We have so many individual strands of hair on our head. There's just, I would think that would be impossible to know whether or not you don't have any split ends at all. Yes, I absolutely experience split ends. I have never had a moment in my life where I did not experience split ends. It doesn't matter how well I take care of my hair, what I put on my hair, what I don't put on my hair. It's just, that's the oldest part of your hair. And at some point, it just gets old, you know? I mean, you're talking about the elements out there, the wind, the heat, everything plays a part. So yeah, I get split ends. Do I get a lot of split ends? No, but I get split ends just like anyone else. I think you can minimize them. Okay, now, if you were doing this method or any other method, I would say the same thing. So for me, occasionally what I'll do is I will add shea butter to my hair, to the ends of my hair, and I will do the Baggie method, just on my ends. You know, if I see that my ends are looking a little bit ragged and just like they need some attention, you know, regardless of the sebum that happens to be on the ends of my hair, what I'll do is just do the Baggie method, adding some shea butter to just this part of my hair, putting a Baggie on it, and sleeping with that overnight. Okay, that will help to infuse your hair with a lot of moisture and keep your ends from splitting. Also, when the ends of your hair do not dry in a significant amount of time, you can also create split ends with that, just like you can if your ends are too dry. You know, so you have to find a balance for that. Now, some of you guys have asked questions that have already been answered, and I agree with those questions, those answers, I mean. So, let's see. And excuse my stomach because it's doing a lot of rumbling and whatnot. I've been drinking some tea, and it always does that when I drink this particular tea. No, I do not believe that it is a drawback. As a matter of fact, I have actually been interested. I don't remember the protein treatment, but it is going around on YouTube as a really, really good protein treatment, like the real protein treatment that penetrates the hair and everything. And I can't recall the name of it, but I know it's kind of like in an amber bottle. It comes in like an amber bottle, and it is said that it's a really good treatment. And I've heard people rave about this. So no, I think it is completely fine to use a protein treatment if you have to. Listen, everything that I do on my hair it is not going to work exactly, it's not going to work perfectly for everyone. You have to kind of tweak it, you know, and if you're finding that your hair needs and thrives on protein, then absolutely do the protein treatment, okay? So I think it's completely fine. I am always kind of growing. Even though it's been 2 years of doing this method, I'm growing it, and I'm not as rigid with this method as I used to be. If you are interested in doing a protein treatment and you feel like, well, through your experience, you feel like the protein or whatever conditioning treatment or cleansing treatment you've used in the past hasn't really moved your sebum so much, and now you want to do a protein treatment. If you feel like because of the experience you had with those particular products in terms of cleaning your hair, then yeah, I would say go ahead, strip your sebum or detox. I hate saying strip your sebum. Like purposely strip your sebum, you know what I mean? If you want to detox your hair with a bentonite clay or a African black soap, I say go for it. I do agree that because you're already in this method, the sebum is going to come back in. Don't be afraid, ladies and gentlemen, of your sebum not coming back in, because it will. You know, there isn't a shortage of it. Your body just does this anyway, so don't be afraid to do that. Yes, I have several recipes on my channel that will allow you to still condition and clean your hair without totally stripping your sebum. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description box of some of those things. So, in terms of the dryness and the breakage, this is what I would suggest you do with the oils and the butter, okay? Instead of alternating the oils and the shea butter, what I suggest that you do, while you're doing your rinse, first you have to make sure the water is warm to hot, okay? Not so hot that it kind of burns your skin. First start with the warm water, right? And I'm going to suggest not doing something in particular I don't want you to do. Do not end your rinse with the cold rinse, okay? I'm saying this to you specifically for this case because it will close your cuticles and it'll lock the water in that you already have. The reason I'm telling you not to use the cold water for this particular situation is because I want you to follow up as soon as you get out of the shower. Follow up with some coconut oil. The coconut oil will penetrate the hair shaft and it will also get in there with the water, okay? But coconut oil does not seal your hair, okay? It is not a sealant, it is a moisturizer. It literally penetrates the hair. Okay? So follow up with the coconut oil and then follow up with your shea butter. It will lock that moisture in. That is what I'm going to suggest you try and see if that makes a difference, you know, on the ends of your hair, okay? Try it out for a few days. See if you notice a difference. Repeat it if you need it, as often as you feel like you need it on your ends, because you're the only one who will be able to figure out whether or not you need to continue to do that. You know, shea butter does not rinse away as easily as coconut oil does. Okay, so it will stay on your ends for a few rinses. Sometimes when things are not working for us, we try a whole lot of different things because we want to see the result right away. I've been guilty of it, and just based off of my own experience, I know you have to give it a second, you have to give it a minute. Give it a chance to work before you go off to doing something else. I am so sorry about that. You know what? I'm gonna, after I respond to this, I'm gonna see if I can find one of my brushes that's pretty dirty. I'm gonna see if I can find one for you, okay? And just show you how this stuff just falls out. I must have forgotten. I don't know what happened, but you know what I ended up doing? I put on my Facebook, when I first started the Facebook page, I did upload a picture of my scalp showing how wet it was. I found that looking in the mirror, when you guys are looking in the mirror at your scalp, you're not really going to see a lot of the sebum. You're not going to see how wet it is or how dry it is or how, you're not going to really be able to visually see it with just your naked eyes. So I do have a picture of my scalp where you can actually see the grayness like clumped around towards my root area, and my hair is so wet up in there. My scalp is wet, the hair is wet. I'm going to see if I can find that picture and put it in here, okay? So you'll see what it looks like, but I will say this again. I said it before in an old video, where I took a picture of my scalp. I say, take a picture, use your phone, okay? Part your hair, take a picture so that you can see what it looks like, because just visually looking at it with the naked eye, you're not going to see it very well.